So if you've heard the rumors about Disneyland being slow this summer, check it out. The very top of the Mickey and Friends parking structure, not one car, not one guest in sight. If you live in Southern California area and you want to come out to the park, now is the time. But look at this. If you haven't had a chance to check out the new parking structure, it is so much better than what we had before. The last couple of years, getting in and out of the park, it's been hectic, it's been a mess, and it's been ugly, and a big delay before you get to enjoy the magic. So the Pixar Pals parking garage, there's now music, there's theming, and there's good vibes everywhere. So it's just really, really improved things. Let's hop on the monorail and head into Disneyland. I was trying to get there to catch the flag ceremony. I don't know if you know this, but every day around sunset, they do a tribute to our military, and they do a really, really cool flag ceremony. Kind of hard to time and to get there. But if you look right now, this is some great Disney magic. The color guard walks up to the gate opens up, you realize how close you are to Space Mountain, and the parade's hiding back there. Then the marching band marches off of Main Street, out of the hub, big old gates, just swallow them right up, and then the sound is done. True Disney magic like it never happened. Park looks great during the 4th of July. All of the USA American flag bunting is all around the park, and look at this. First week in July, vacation season, not that crowded. Let's head over to California Adventure. Did a little riding around on the Pixar Pal-A-Round to try to see what I could see of the new Marvel Land that's being built. I'll have a construction update series that I'm kicking off available for you next Friday to check out. Got an interesting take, I think, on the Disneyland construction video series, so hopefully you'll show up next Friday to check that out. Good time to hit the subscribe button so that you know that it's there for you next Friday. I'm never riding in one of those swinging gondolas. The Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind is open. It looks fantastic, but I will say that it looks much better at night, so we'll revisit that later on in our park trip. Getting this photo taken. This is one of the little tiny details that I love about the park. Track A is being loaded. People are now on the roller coaster, and this little gear slides over. Track B has been loaded up. Cart full of people now on the Incredicoaster, and it'll just slide right back over to let A have passengers on the runway again. The Hollywood Backlot Studios, looking sad as always. Those palm tree reflections are giving it a lot of California love. This is a ginormous building that the tip of Captain Marvel's jet is sticking out. I really don't want to see them put too much money into this part of the park, because my dream is that everything on this side, like everything left of Carthay Circle, eventually just becomes a massive, expansive Marvel land. All right, back over at Disneyland, one of my favorite areas, Fowlers Harbor, named after Admiral Joe Fowler, basically the man who built Disneyland. Listen to that background noise. It's just absolutely quiet and peaceful over here at all times. This is one of my absolute favorite parts of the park. Over at Disneyland for Designers, our podcast, we did a Quiet Spaces of Disneyland episode, and that is really top of my list. And I love this sort of layering. Behind us, we have the Rivers of America. Here's the exit from the big drop on Splash Mountain. Tons and tons of just plants everywhere. And then there's that next layer. Fowler's End, just creeping right back there. Absolute favorite part of the park. This is my first ever just walking to Galaxy's Edge. No reservation needed. I had 3 reservations during that preview period that Disneyland just mastered. I thought it would be a long time before I'd be able to just cruise in, but that's not the case. I'm very curious about this stage that we're looking at right now. Very curious about that. We'll be exploring that a lot more on next week's construction update. Hopefully you'll come back to check that out. Curious what's on the other side of those rocks and why they are there? Make sure to watch my video, Disneyland Rocks. Find the link in the description. The tops of all these buildings are just so well themed. So if you had Soda Cart on your Star Wars Galaxy Edge bingo card as the first thing that they would expand the land with, congratulations, you win a chance to hit the like button. That was not there during the previews, so see it grow, kids. This stairwell up to the 2nd floor, look at that theming, all the cracks and the unevenness of that concrete. Once again, more of that staging that I talked about over on the podcast of using the upper sight lines to create more storytelling. I'll be talking about this a lot more on my construction video next week. But the stormtroopers are just such a great layer to the Galaxy's Edge. It's so nice to put them up high like that everybody can see them, everybody can enjoy it. They don't get crowded with photographs. That was to me. He could tell that I was going to be sending this frequency back to all of you. I love him just telling that kid, mind your own business, kid. Really great spot in the park. And if you watch Disneyland Rocks, the Disneyland story I did, you know that this building is very special. Okay, over to the Droid Depot. These droids are just such great theming, and I had my Bluetooth turned on with the Disney Play app active. This interaction here, that's my Bluetooth triggering that interaction. Serious Disney magic. I love this space version of Tiffany blue, and if you have your data pad out, you can translate what all of this says. Over the droid washing station, I really love this R2 unit hood that they're using as a lampshade, and you can recognize that all the other lampshades there are notable droids from the franchise. This is a really cool area. It's a quiet space that they put into the Galaxy's Edge where people normally just kind of hang out, wait for their loved ones to finish using the restroom on the other side and get some good phone time in. You can see the lights. I caught the lights coming on right here, the street lights. Once again, more upper tier staging. This back corner, this is the only area that is different in Disneyland and Disney World. They don't have that entrance there. Do you like Stormtroopers? Go ahead and smash that like button to let them know that you like them. I wanted to try to get some shots of the Stormtroopers with no one around them and see how real felt once you kind of remove the Earth citizens, just to really absorb all the theming. During the preview, I don't recall the Stormtroopers being escorted by a cast member. I wonder if that's to keep people from turning it into photo ops.
That's quite a lightsaber, young one. Nice data pad.
They're really good. Super interactive with all the guests of all ages. They keep it moving. They don't get trapped by people or turn it into a mob photo session. It's a really nice touch. As I mentioned earlier, in Disneyland Rocks, the video I put out last week, I explained why this building exists. It's hiding something very important on the other side of it. One of my favorite functional designs of the Galaxy's Edge. Does that look like WALL-E, or is it just me? That seems very WALL-E-ish. And you can see the cast member there. I did not see these guys on my first couple of visits. I always came in the Hungry Bear entrance. So once again, you just start coming around, you find more stuff. Okay, back over in Rivers of America, this little area was open. It's rare that it's open. It's not open all the time. They rope it off. But this is one of the quietest places in Disneyland. People don't see it. It's kind of off the beaten path. You can sit up here next to the Rivers of America. You can see them loading up the boats for Fantasmic tonight. Just a chill out, great quiet space. And the quiet space is what makes Disneyland feel like a park and not an amusement park. There was this fella, old Mike Fink, that used to come through these here parts. Oh, I love quiet spots of Disneyland. If you enjoy the quiet spots, go ahead and hit that like button. And I love those hand-painted signs. Give me more of that. Haunted Mansion's going to be turning 50 soon. Wanted to come over and check her out. Looking as beautiful as always. Coming up on the podcast this week, I have an interview with my friend McBiff, who was commissioned to do a painting for the 50th anniversary. And we talk a lot about him meeting Raleigh Cromp and the origins of the Haunted Mansion. Wanted to film this pet cemetery. Did you know there's a second? There's the elephant mausoleum on your exit. You got to turn around and really pay attention to find it. Very well themed mausoleum here, or is this a service entrance? Answer, it's both. Haunted Mansion was its 13-minute wait, which they put up for theming. It means you can pretty much just walk right into it, which is what I did, taking my sweet time. Back over to Fowler's Inn just to see it at nighttime. Listen to that. Sounds like you're really out in the middle of nowhere. The haunted wheelchair and the Mickey balloon. Sounds like a story, right? Sounds creepy enough. I sped this up just to kind of give you a vibe of how mellow it is this July. Just to watch all these souls go in there to audition to be the 1,000th one needed to complete the Haunted Mansion. Again, from this angle, you really see Walt's vision of making a plantation house overlooking the Rivers of America. This building sat here for years before they actually had a plan to what they were going to do with it. Walt hated the idea of building a beautiful Disneyland and then putting a distorted, decrepit, haunted house in the middle of it that looked like it was falling apart. That's why we ended up with this pristine building that we have. That weather vane on the top is a sailing ship because originally it was going to be themed after a captain of the sea. Here's the main entrance. Just watch everybody go in there. What a magical, magical quiet night at Disneyland. You can hear the Disneyland Railroad in the background blowing off some steam. But this little statue garden is pretty cool. Nice little detail that's probably often overlooked. There she is, the Haunted Mansion. Oh, the things this guy's probably seen. The theater, quiet as always over in Fantasyland. This is the quiet before the fireworks storm. Love the way this thing looks. That's my bat signal. Whenever that light flashes, Disneyland for Designers are at the park. So now I'm going to show you a magic trick I'm going to show you how you make literally thousands of people disappear. You go to California Adventure, and the streets are way, way, way open. Some really good signage on this opening street. That candy neon sign is so great and hidden by trees. All right, we're taking the back route. I want to go check out the emotional Whirlwind. Camera having a little bit of a hard time at night. Love taking this back route. Rumor has it this is going to be heavily themed for Halloween this year. Can't wait to see what that looks like. The edge of Pixar Pier. Let's check out that emotional Whirlwind and see what it looks like at night. It looks like they went through great efforts to really theme it up and give it a nice carnival type feel for this boardwalk neighborhoods of Pixar. There's Dad standing up on the chair getting that pic. Dad works so hard at Disneyland. So one of the things that you'll notice with the expansion of Pixar Pier is that Disneyland California Adventure is one of the most Instagram spots on planet Earth. And the new attractions really lend themselves to creating Instagram social media moments. So the way that the sign is placed, the way some of the characters from the movie are placed, they really put Instagram moments into this facade without losing too much of it. It actually complements it. But to a trained eye, you realize that they're begging you to take a photo with the characters, tag it, and advertise all the fun that you've had that day with your loved ones over at California Adventure. They did a good job of somehow not really hearing the Incredicoaster zipping by. I always wondered how much of an experience this could be with so much noise in the area. Really enjoy these two purple build-outs with all the memories flashing around. The sign is just great. You can stand down there, it's above your head. Several people can take a photo of it at once and you're not blocked. A cast member was nice enough to let me come up to the edge of the exit and film the actual ride. For just kind of an off-the-shelf chassis of a carnival ride, it does definitely have Disney vibes to it, Disney magic to it. It feels emotional. I think they did a really good job with this. Definite improvement from Flix Flyers. And that wall, synchronized to the music, is just beautiful.
It's making me dizzy. Come on, be positive. Be positive, I'm dizzy.
I have to say I'm very impressed how this thing came together. It's a really, really nice addition to the Pixar Pier, which isn't perfect, but they've done a really good job with small little slices of land.
Please remain seated until your memory mover comes to.
So that was my first look at it. Always nice to see something take over a space where there was nothing. And I was very impressed with the theming and how interactive it is, where multiple people can be doing photo ops, people can be enjoying the ride, and lots of seating, and all of these windmills remind you of the old Small World of the World's Fair. Very cool. Let's try to beat the firework crowd and call it a Tuesday night at Disneyland. If you enjoyed today's video, I would appreciate it if you give it a like, leave a comment, or tell a friend. Coming up next week, I have a construction video where we're going to look at the last month of construction over at Marvel Land. And if you like the Disney magic, by all means, please check out Disneyland Rocks, my latest Disneyland story, little 10-minute documentary where I break down very specific parts of the park. Once again, as I was saying, Jesse out here creating an Instagram photo moment. Very cool that they put these characters out there that kids can identify and resonate with. I think that ride's fantastic. These are a different set of stormtroopers. I would say the guys with the plaid vest on have more power than the stormtroopers. And you can see the fireworks on the other side of the adventure is out there sign. Let's go around the High Fanny Pack crew, get our face painted, and see if we can catch a couple fireworks. Look at that couple having a magical moment. And there's the grand finale in front of the Carthay Circle. Fireworks are over. And so is my trip to the Disneyland Resort. I have to say, it's very quiet right now. That's probably going to change in August when the blackouts are released, but always a good time. If you're local, highly recommend going out. There's the new Pixar Pal's garage with some construction going out front. Going to be covered with palm trees pretty soon. And there's the Pixar Ball. Good night. Thank you for going to Disneyland with me. Hope to see you at the park soon.